Hey everyone, how you doing? How you all doing, everyone? You're good? Hey everyone, how you doing? Hope you're all okay. We're live again. Tuesday, I don't know what date it is, 5th of April. I was recording some videos this morning, but I'm a bit disappointed by the videos. Don't think we're streaming. The camera doesn't seem to be working. But there we go. Look, I don't know what happened there. The camera doesn't seem to be working, but I think you could hear me. There's a bit of a delay there with the camera. I'm not sure why. But yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I was doing some videos today, and I was a bit disappointed. So there are still some Flex. Hey, Peter. So even though the Flex container bugs I wanted to be sorted are sorted, I've now discovered another 2 new bugs which have disappointed me. Bit annoying because I was going to do a video on it, and then as I was doing it I was like, hold on, this isn't working. So I've got to let the Elementor people know about that. Hey George from Greece, how you doing? What are you up to? What are you working on? I think it's the first time I'm speaking to you, George. Maybe I've noticed the camera seems to be dropping out. Is anyone else? Are you all seeing drops in the camera? For some reason, the camera drops out, but I know the camera's working. Not sure why that is happening. Not sure why the camera's dropping. The camera shouldn't drop, basically. Okay, cool. It's probably just me then, what I see on YouTube. It looks like the camera's dropping, but... So I get worried. It looks like you're talking to a blank screen. But if the camera drops, let me know, okay? Hey, Indapre. Hey, Jason. Camera's working properly. So I'll tell you what feature on Flex Container isn't working. If you go to Flex Container, shall I show you the screen? Shall I show you my screen? It might help explain the problem. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you go to a container, okay, let me just move this so you can see it. Cool, right. So when you go to a container or a child container, any container, over here you have the option now to pick A. So if you pick A and you put in like a web link or whatever you want to put in, right? I've done it for the parent container and I've done it for the child container as well. If I now go over here, right, and I just refresh this preview page. This is a test page, by the way. When you hover over the section here, or the container, the parent container, you can see, can you see down there? Oh, actually, wait, let me get rid of this. Damn it. Let me get rid of all this. There we go, right. Let me go back a step. Hey, Dave. Over here, when you click on a container or a child container, okay, over here where you have the HTML tag, there you go. So down here, HTML tag, okay. Hey, Mark. You can pick A and you can put a link in now so it makes your containers clickable for a URL. Maybe when they click on a container, it takes them to another part of your website or somewhere else. Or you could even activate a pop-up. Okay, you could even activate a pop-up. The trouble is, though, is that once it's activated, okay, I'm just going to slightly move myself up here. Okay. When I hover over this parent container, the URL, okay, is present. Look, I get the finger. The URL is there. When you move over the actual container, the child container, look, the finger's not appearing. It's not clickable, right? It's not clickable. So there is a bug with the HTML tag A functionality, and I'm going to let Elementor know about that. So that one's not working well, and I was a bit disappointed by that. Because by having containers clickable, you know, you could have an entire container which has loads of comments, whatever, and you don't have to have a button. You could literally have just like a massive load of words and it says click here. And when you click on that entire container, it opens up a pop-up, or it takes you to another page, or it takes you to a product, you know, a single product item. So it's a bit annoying that doesn't work. Hey Tony, 100-year record for continuous rainfall. How long has it been raining? How long? 4 minutes? How long has it been raining, Tony? I mean, the good thing is the image carousel, the testimonial carousel, the sliders, they're all working now in Flex Container. That's good. Are you kidding me, Tony? 4 weeks? Are you seriously kidding me? Are you telling me every day for 4 weeks it's been just continuous rainfall? Are you kidding me? I need someone else to verify this because I don't believe Tony. But if he's right, that is amazing. Are you... Hey, Jason. Can anyone verify this? No way, Tony. How come I've not heard about this on the news or anywhere? I would have thought this would have been on the news. But you know when you say it's... When you say pouring down, though, has every day been, like, really pouring down? Or have some days been, like, pitter-patter rain, spitting rain? You know, or has it been, like, really gushing down? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Right, so I'm just going to start editing one of these videos I just recorded before I went live. I'm surprised I've not seen it on the UK news unless I've missed it. I've missed it somewhere, obviously. Wow. That sounds pretty scary, that does. You know, when you start to have rain like that. That sounds pretty scary. Hey Inderpreet, yeah, I was talking about the container. So the container, if you add an image carousel or a testimonial carousel, they're now working okay. Right, they're now working fine. However, the container, you can now enable a container to be clickable. Parent container, in-pred container, child container, whatever. You can make them clickable as a link to open a pop-up, to take you to another page, to take you to another website. But they don't seem to be working properly. They don't seem to be working properly. So I hope the Elementor people have a look at that. So again, it's just one of those things that's kind of... It's a bit weird because it was working. But one thing's fixed and another thing isn't. There are some other stuff they've done which I quite like. I'll show you. There's something else they've done that I do quite like. Let me just move this over here. So now when you open up a new section or a container, you can now they give you the direction of the container. So this container here, if you use that, the items will be below one another. If you pick this one here, which is the row direction, the items will be like vertically aligned, horizontally aligned, if that makes sense. So the column one, you put stuff in, they go dut. If you pick this one, they go dut, like that in a line. Okay? So I hope that helps. In fact, I need to do a video on that. I forgot to do a video on that. Container. Forgot to do that one. Yeah, Jason. So I noticed that as well. So I had a container I had just kind of like messed around with, testing purposes. And the latest update just rejigged things in a very weird way. It almost like it completely knocked out the padding and everything for a container. So what we would call section 1, section 2, it went like that. Not overlap, but they kind of tightened up in a weird way. So I'm just going to... yeah, I mean, mine was on the desktop. So it's... This is one of those moments where I don't like to be overcritical because I know they're working hard and everything, but I do wish that sometimes when they do an update like this, they just double check that some of them are working fine. So it was great that the carousels were fixed, but the URL clickable aspect for the container, that's not working. And I am repeating myself now where I say just be careful of where you're building it, test out, be sure of what you're doing. Mark, if you're still on, I'm still double checking which area it was, okay. Because I've forgotten. Surprisingly, it's quite a few of them, Mark, if you're still there. You're going to hate this, Mark, but it might be that, to be honest, it's so the domains and hosting, up until there, it's okay. No, hold on, it's actually in loads of places. Yeah, it seems to be jotted around. Ooh. Yeah, it seems to be all over the place. You're gonna hate me for this, but it is almost all over the place at the minute. Oh yeah, OMGF interpret. No, so OMGF, yeah, is like if you are struggling to do the custom load fonts, or you don't have the time to do it and you want a quick way of getting your custom local fonts loaded in, then OMGF is a quick solution. The free solution only really allows one font, I think. So OMGF is a good solution, but custom local fonts is a better way to do it. Hey, Xanthi. Yeah, go on, Xanthi. Let us know what the problem is. Let us know. How'd you like me now? What is it? What? Yep, self-hosted video. So obviously the video is stored on your WordPress media library. Oh dear, Mark. I think it's really good what you're doing with adding all those in, but I tell you what, it is a pain when you got to go through one by one, and there's so many. So you uploaded it, tried it on a demo site, it works, but now uploading it doesn't seem to start playing. It's on autoplay, but no. Sometimes it can depend on the browser. That's what Carapaz has just said there. That's what I'm thinking. Some stop it, like Safari. Firefox, I think, isn't good for it. I think Safari sometimes. Do you want to email me, Xanthi? you want to like email me a link to the page? I won't share it here. I'll just have a quick look. I'll just open it on mine and see what do I get when I open it. Squadron.uk. Do you want to email me the link? Chrome. So Safari shows an error, Interpret. What error? What, just error full stop? Interpret. Everyone, Interpret has an error. But just on the... Just a full stop error, nothing else. Ah, right, yeah, Tony. Got your email. It's quite amazing the amount of rain that is. Yeah, I mean, it could be, you see, it could be. I mean, what I would say is with your Chrome, I would just make sure you're on the latest version and then make sure you delete all your cookies. So go into your Chrome, I can't remember the setting, but make sure you delete all your history and cookies and everything. You know where it says the beginning of time. Delete everything. Do all of that. And then try it. Because if it's working on Firefox, then it's working. So it must be another one. Interpret, we still don't know what your error is. You said you've got an error, but I still don't know what your error is. You're worrying me now. What's your error? Just replying to a message here. Oh, Zanti's, wait a moment. I want everyone to stop right now and just wait for Zanti to tell us what's happening now. Ah, could be an update. Could be the update then. Don't worry, Santi. I mean, whenever stuff happens, right, you can't help but kind of assume that, oh, it's Elementor's done it. Especially when there's been a recent update like 3.6.2. You can't help but go, oh no, something's blown it up. And 9 times out of 10, whenever I have a problem, I just have to like clear my cookies and boop, it's all okay. It's weird, isn't it? Someone's just posted in the Elementor group. What's your experience with using Elementor and Elementor Pro? I'm just waiting for loads of people to reply and go, "Ew, I hate it. I hate Elementor." And then loads of people going, "Yeah, we love it. We love it." I'm just waiting for all that to explode now. Yeah, nice one, Dave. Oh, do you know what, Dave? I never got back to you. I never got back to you, did I? Because you emailed me. I didn't get back to you. Sorry. I didn't get back to you. I will look at them. I will look at them later today. Okay, Dave. And don't worry. The first time you do it, when you come back to it, the second day or the third day, you will then come to. You'll see what you want to improve on or not. Yeah, what Mark says, done is better than not being done or even having it perfect. I'm building my photographer up, so I problem when I use the handbook, it shifts the icon of section below. Are you using full width, though, Tony? If you're using full width, it shouldn't always do that. So this person, yeah, an Elementor, you know, the moment you put a comment like that, is Elementor worth it? Well, should I put it down? No, it's not. Stay away. It's all mine. I don't want anyone else joining or using it. It's all mine. Yeah. Email me a link. What? Motic with Ellen. What the hell's Motic? What is Motic? Someone saying, can you use Motic with I don't know. Right, let me just finish editing this video and then it's done. Sorry if I sound like I'm going quiet, because I'm just trying to edit this video. There's a point of this video I'm editing right now where I got so frustrated I literally went I found where it is and removed it. Phew. You don't want any of that in your video. So at a minute on the Elementor Facebook group, yeah, Tony, I've got your link. I'll just quickly look at it. Where I have seen a lot of people on Twitter and on the Elementor experts as well. What they do is they copy other people's work and claim to be the designer for that work. And one person contacted me last week. Do you remember I told you last week? Someone contacted me who said they have an office in America and India. And they said that they got tons of work, but they want me to pass my work on to the team in India to do it for a budget price. And that's a great business model, and they want to become business partners with us. Do you remember I told you? That person has now contacted Zoe as well from Elementor Group. And I just think the cheek. And here's the other really funny thing, right? He's also used Zoe's work in his profile. So in his profile on Elementor Experts, the images of his websites are Zoe's websites. How stinky stink is that? Right? Jackass. And I you know, like, I remember in the old days, right? Okay, right? Okay. Anyone here who says they've never watched a pirate movie, okay, when they were like a kid from the 80s or early 90s is lying. At some point, you probably have seen a pirate movie, okay? You must have done, or maybe not, I don't know. But when people start ripping off other people's work, just claim they designed it, I get a little bit angry at that. I really get angry at that. It's like when someone rips off to say they wrote a book and all they've done is copy the book from someone else. I remember someone got someone to edit their book. This is going back about it's probably more than that. It's about 9-10 years ago. They got someone to edit their book, and the person who edited it took ages editing it, and then that person found out the book was available on Amazon as a CrateSpace book, and the person editing it had literally taken the book as was. It had typos, it had mistakes. They just took the entire book and published it. And that was awful. But yeah, I mean, do you guys know Digital Mavericks? So Digital Mavericks on Facebook, run by Troy. Someone on Twitter was advertising that they design websites, and they had a screenshot. It was a screenshot of the Digital Mavericks website. It had the logo, the wording, everything. And I contacted them and said, why you didn't design that? I know, Troy, you didn't design that. They go, oh, no. I used it as inspiration. I went, right, so you've got exactly the same logo. The exact same logo. The same images. Right? The same wording. And you claim to have done that. I then contacted Troy. Troy and his team contacted that person. And he quickly removed it. But that person also had 3 other example websites. One of them was a website built by another YouTube influencer. And I then contacted them and said, I think you might want to be double checking this out. Because the website they've created is an exact copy of the website you built on a YouTube channel. Exactly the same images. You know, pixel perfect. You know, and like when I spot stuff like that, I can't help but call them out. And they get really agitated with me, you know. And this person who's nicked some of Zoe's work, when I questioned him last week, he goes, oh, I need to check with my legal team. And he has said the same thing to her. And it's just like, what a, I don't want to swear, but I go looking. And when I sometimes see some people who post on Twitter or whatever, they go, hey, look, here's a website. I sometimes look at it and go, right, okay, where's a link to that? Or you get a bit suspicious sometimes. It is. It's like I'm trying to think what it is. It's people using other people's talent to increase their profile, and to be honest, they don't care what work they get. They'll do what they want to do, whatever standard they have set. And if anyone goes, oh, but that's nothing like the website you built, they say, yeah, because it was for that client and it costs $100,000, right? But you're only paying me $50, so this is all you get. They love to use that excuse, don't they? You know, if you ever go on Fiverr and you see like web designers on there and some of the examples of their work, oh my God, I've said this before, right? The amount of people on Fiverr that advertise websites they built, and all they've done is literally done a screenshot of like Astra templates. They haven't even changed the content. Stormwind, the herbal store, one of the yoga meditation ones. You go, my God, you're not even changing the wording. And the Elementor moderators are now on to that person. I mean, oh, it's awful, isn't it? It's awful. Plagiarism. It's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. Don't do it, okay? Don't do it. I'm waiting for someone to tell me that someone has like ripped off all of our YouTube videos. And even though I'm in the videos talking, what they've then gone and done is actually added on a voice to it. So you'll hear me talking and it'll be like, hey, welcome to Elementor. Right, cool. That one's edited. I love it when a video is edited, because it makes me feel alive. Right, share the file. This one is called, what's this video called? Container order. Yeah, okay, cool. That one's edited. Ha, Peter. So very quickly, Tony, yeah, Tony, I'm just about to look at your link, but just quickly answer Inderpreet's question. Remember that rotation element yesterday I shared? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's a lottie. How to put circular element and rotate. So that element is right at the back. So if you imagine, right, you've created it and it's now rotating, that's going to be the Z index is going to be the one right at the back. And then in front of it, there were like some shape dividers or other images, whatever, and then some wording. So all you got to think about is your layering process. So you're going to have your lottie, your shape dividers or your other images, and then you got your wording, however you do it. So it's going to be Z indexing. Right, let's go on to Tony. So Tony, was it your mobile you said? Was it the mobile you said? It was the mobile, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the mobile. Of course it's the mobile. Because that's where the hamburger is. Yeah, Tony, I don't think... Tony, that you haven't got full width. That's not full width, Tony. So I'm not talking about the section. I'm talking about the navigation menu. Right? So what you got to do is... What you got to do, Tony, is... let me just show you, okay? So if I just go over here and I go for nav menu. Right? So if I just take this nav menu here. See this nav menu? Right? See, when you click on the nav menu, where is it? See this here? You need to have this set to full width. It's not set to full width at the moment. That bit there. Mobile drop down. Do that. Because it's pushing everything down, isn't it? That's your option there. Full width. Do that. Oakley dokley. Always nice. I think it's always good. It's always good that we can help each other out, for sure. Right, let's close that down. Basilios, isn't it? I've been meaning to ask whether you have any recommendations for changing the icon. I need to do a video on that. I need to do a video on an easy way to turn it into an animated icon, or oh, is there another problem, Peter? Or do you mean the one about the menu? When the menu had the green. I think you mean that one, isn't it? Yeah. So in terms of changing the icons, I think I've got a video on that. Wait. I've got a video on that. I have got a video. I have got a video on that, Vasilios. Hold on. I have got a video on that. I just need to dig it out. I know it's here. I think it's called pop-up. I think it's called pop-up, isn't it? Pop-up menu. Pop-up menu? I think it was that one. Let me just find it. Yeah, here, this video. You need to see this video, right? Right, so here you go. So I've timestamped the video for you, Vasilios, okay? No, not as a pop-up, not as a pop-up, sorry. Not as that. Don't worry about that. I'm timestamping this. So here you go. Vasilios. Timestamped. Change icon. Nav bar. Okay, so here you go. See that video, okay? That will allow you to change it. All right. So ignore the fact it's part of a pop-up video. Just look at that bit that I've timestamped, which is about how to change the icon. Okay. Yeah, so ignore that the video is a pop-up elemental slide-in menu. That timestamp bit is about how do you change the icon, okay? Regardless of if it's a pop-up, alright? Basilios. I feel like I need like 20 different keyboards here sometimes just to manage everything. Hey Soom, how you doing? When you say you're lurking, have you been here for a while and just listening? Or are you literally like lurking? Don't worry, Tony. Glad that worked. Philippe, does purchase summary widget from Elementor work okay for you? Purchase summary widget. Why am I not familiar with that one? Which one's that? I'm not familiar with that one. Purchase summary widget. Yeah, so Xanthi, pop-ups, because they are sat within a pop-up of a template, sometimes it doesn't always, they don't get picked up by indexing. Does purchase summary widget? Purchase summary widget from Elementor? Which widget's that? Oh, I have to check out. You can create a page with confirmation order. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've never had any problems with anything like that. So, you know. To be honest, Xanthi, here's the way you can get around it, okay? Here's the way you can get around it. Yeah, it's like the thank you page. Yeah, I've never had a problem with that, to be honest. So Xanthi, here's how you can get around it. If you've got a pop-up menu, right, where your menu pops up, whatever, in your footer, you could stick it down there, and it won't be the pop-up menu. It'll just be the sitemap or the whatever is the menu structure, whatever. So that's what I would do. Not everyone will agree with me on that, but that's what I would do. Hey, George. Right, so in the footer, I might put in like my navigation menu, for instance, or you can put in your sitemap or something like that. I mean, now you just put in a copy of your navigation menu, but this time it's not sat within like your pop-up canvas. Cheers, Philippe. Yeah, I mean, Vasilios, Jet has tons and tons of stuff. Yeah, so that's what I do, stick it in the footer kind of thing. Jet, there's loads of solutions. I mean, I try not to use too many add-on plugins just because I like to keep things really, really clean. 1 GB of images. Oh no, Xanthi, don't worry. I understood what you meant. Don't worry. Don't worry, but put it in the footer. Ooh. If you're gonna convert WebP on the website, then WebP Express. But the trouble with all these WebP plugins, they're a bit hit and miss. There's always a chance that some of the images fail or error out, and it takes horrendously long as well when you do it as a plugin. Like, and I'm always, you know, never fully convinced it's doing it properly on the WordPress side of things. And you still have the original image as well as a PNG or a JPEG in your library. I know it gives you the option to delete, but it never properly deletes. So you still have the 1 gig, you have the WebP, but you still got 1 gig used up. Oh, the bulkresizePhotos.com. BulkresizePhotos.com. This should be the wallpaper, right, on your mobile phone. All right, bulkresizePhotos.com. Yes. So Maynel, so the video widget, again, there's a problem with that one as well. So since the update, the video widget now, you don't see the full video, you see the top quarter, right? In the desktop it's fine, in the mobile it's messed up. It's just what you've said there. No problems, Anthony. So I need to so I think the Flexbot container still has quite a few issues. So you might create a page with 2 containers side by side, right? And sometimes, even though they're side by side, they go like that when you view it on when you're previewing it. Let me show you what I mean. Right? So can you see? Let me just move myself here. Can you see here? We have 2 containers. We've got parent container. We have container 1, and we have container 2. They're side by side. Watch what happens, right, when I now view this. Right, as a preview. Watch what happens. What do you think is going to happen? I've got 2 containers side by side. We're not in tablet, we're not in mobile. We're in desktop. What do you think is going to happen? In fact, let's just make this be full width. Actually, that might have been the problem. Look. Look. They've gone underneath one another. But they're side by side. So if I now go to this container, 50%, 50%, right? They're both 50%, right? And they're currently at the moment on the preview doing that. Now, this This parent container is set to be a row as well. Right? I mean, maybe if I do stretch, I don't know. Let's just do stretch like that. And then they're just going, they're stacking up at the moment. And that happened since 3.6.2 yesterday. Could be the yeah, that's the preview URL. It could be maybe the preview URL. Maybe. In fact, let's just view it on... In fact, that might be a good point. Let's just double check on incognito. Yeah, look, oh, sorry, you can't see it. This is incognito. It's still gone underneath one another. So it's still doing it. Oh, yeah, the overlay's on. Boop, there, the overlay. Yeah, take care, Xanthi. Right, I'm just going to go and check on my cat and stuff. Just make sure he's fed. I will be back in 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hey, I'm back. Cat's okay. No, so I can confirm with you, Jada, that I already tried that with 40. I even in 2020 at one point, even like just had an icon and it still doesn't work very well. So I think that's just, it's almost like they fixed, what they've done is they fixed the media carousel and the testimonial carousel issue. But then a few other issues have occurred. So the other issue I highlighted earlier was, if I just show you my screen. So over here, look, I've just, so these are currently 40 and 40 anyway. But this container here has a HTML link in, a HTML tag of A with a link. If you go over here, look, there's no link. There's no link. The link's not there, so there's a few bugs there. Take care, Dave. I mean, it's still pretty big, right, George? I mean, 173 megabytes. However, it's almost, that's more than 80% you've shaved off the size. So you got to take that as a, oh, there's a bird there. That's not a bad thing. Hey, for those of you that were paying attention yesterday, I had that IKEA meeting, didn't I? With a designer. It was for an hour. It was 25 quid, 25 pounds, but an hour video call, which I think was well worth it. 25 quid for an hour. I think that's worth it. I really do. Wow, that's still big though, George, isn't it? Are these images massive resolution? They've got to be massive resolution, right? Because that's like, what? That's nearly 3 megs per image, right? Even after compressing. But they mentioned something about interior design that suddenly my brain just exploded. Like, oh my god, that's one thing I've not considered. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, to be honest, George, 1 gig to 100, you know, over 80% reduction. Take it, right? Take it. What? Something I've just replied to someone, right, about something, and they've gone, oh yeah, can you send me a link? I send you a link to what? I think they've misunderstood what I'm trying to get them to do. So let me just send them another message. Because like, someone asked a question and I said to them, go and ask it on the Elementor which plugin. They then said, oh, can I have a link to that plugin and does it work? I'm like, no, that's where you go to ask the question. It's not a plugin. That's where you go to ask the question. That's a bit hilarious. Yeah, take care, Carapace. May the force be with you. WP Bakery, man. Whoa. So, Zoom, he had 60 images. But they were 1 gigabyte in size before, so it's a massive reduction of over 80%. But, sorry, if the images are really big resolution, I'm not surprised that even after compressing to WebP, they're still going to be quite big. I am feeling really tired today, everyone, really tired. I didn't go to sleep until about 2 AM. And then my annoying little son woke up at 6. And he does not shut up, does he, once he's woke up? Dad, can I get up? No. Dad, can I get up? No. Dad, why can't I get up? Because I said no. Dad. Mark has it worse than me, but 4 hours, man. It was like, you know, So it's like, it's just gone past 1 PM in the afternoon here, and I'm already feeling like it's time to go to bed. So anyone who's joining the Mastery membership chat at 5 p.m. tonight, only if you're part of the Mastery membership, I'm gonna be a bag of fun tonight, aren't I? So anyway, just to give you an idea about what the designers said, and it really got me thinking. So our lounge, before we did loads of extension work, whatever, if you imagine, it's about 7 meters by about 3 meters, right? 3 meters wide by 7 meters, okay? The original lounge. And this part of the lounge, my son uses this for a PlayStation. It's got a sofa. He plays his games there. This part of the lounge, because you now go this way to get into the kitchen, you go this way to get to my downstairs study room, and you go this way to get to the main extended lounge, this bit's just become a glorified walkway. A big walkway, 3 meters by 3 meters. It's a big walkway because you've got to use it to get to other rooms. And it's really puzzled me. How do I not block access? How do I make it more functional? And guess what the designer said? He literally just said, this part of the room, so the bottom bit, you do what you want, but the upper bit, all he said was just change the color of the walls and maybe the ceiling and the light pendant that we have. So when you step into it, it feels like you've stepped into another area, but it's still connected. And my brain just went boom. Like, oh my God, of course, that's what IKEA do all the bloody time, isn't it? When you're walking from a room to a room sometimes, most of the time there's no walls or anything. It's literally just a change in the decor of the walls, maybe a rug on the floor, the ceiling, the light pendant. And you feel like you've stepped into another room. And I was like, flipping heck. For 5 years, I have been doing this room. Every year I redo the rooms and it annoys me, and yes, it costs money. And suddenly my brain just exploded. I was like, this is the best £25 I've ever spent on a consultation for interior design. 25 minutes for 1 hour video call, and he literally drew it out, sent it to me via email, bit of, positioning of stuff. I don't fully agree with all of it, but it put ideas in the head, and I was like, boom, got it. Jada, don't. Jada, mate. To be honest, you can do WP Bakery and Elementor side by side. You can also do Beaver Builder side by side with Elementor. You can also do Visual Composer side by side with Elementor. But I'll tell you this. I'm through and through Elementor, and if I got told by someone, hey, look, I'll pay you, I'll tell you what, they'd have to pay me a lot of money to make me work with WP Bakery. Like, a load of money. To be honest though, yeah, that is exactly it, Tony. Because in a way, when we build sections, right, if you've got a very white website, there will be the odd section where you might have a very light, faint grey, very faint, because you just want to add a little bit of variety, right? Isn't that why we have hero banners? Or you have a section which has like a full width image with a quote. You're breaking it up and it feels like they've gone somewhere different. Jada, I had to work on one person's website once where they had Beaver Builder and Elementor, and I was like, you sure you don't want this page, the shop page, redone in Elementor with a template? No, I want to leave that as Beaver. I was like, oh my God. To add in like a divider line, it was excruciating. Yeah, go swimming soon. Where are you swimming to? You're not leaving the country, are you? Where are you swimming? Where are you swimming? By the way, when I'm doing this with my arm, I'm just stretching this part, here. I love that. I burst out like a face hugger. I love that. Do you know what? There's going to be loads of people that do not know what a face hugger is, and they're going to think you're talking about hugging someone's face. Come here. But yeah, face huggers. God. I remember there was like one of these comic stores in Leicester, and they had a remote control face hugger, and one day in the shop they put it on the floor and it was walking down, and it freaked out a few people because it was actually quite quick as well at how it moved. I think it was more to do with it had wheels at the bottom from what I recall, and the wheels moved it, but because the legs did this, it looked like it was the legs walking, and it just went like that. And that freaked out some people, that did. Very clever. I don't remember if they bought it or they made it or how they did it, but it was really good. You know, that's what you want to do, isn't it? Like in like an event where the lights are off and everyone is like enjoying themselves, and you just want to have that go across the floor. The trouble is someone's bound to jump up and slam their foot and smash it to pieces, aren't they? Yes, Coke Zero. Yeah, Diet Coke, right, adds in additives to get the sucralose, the sugary taste, right? Coke Zero basically has Coke. So Diet Coke does not taste like normal Coke. Coke Zero uses the same principles, but it tastes like normal Coke. Or it's meant to taste like normal Coke. Diet Coke does not taste like Coke. Diet Coke tastes like you just like rubbed your tongue across the road. That's what Diet Coke is. You know, Diet Coke is like someone pouring water on a tarmac road and you just go like this across the road. That is Diet Coke. That's the taste of Diet Coke. But Coke Zero is closer to the taste of normal Coke, but it's not spot on. But Pepsi Max, right? In case you didn't know, I had to hold it really close. Is cool, right? That's why, Soom, you gotta move, you gotta, Soom, look, forget your swimming, right, okay? Alright, you don't need to swim. Just go. I just read what Jason put. He switched back to Diet Coke. How do I block Jason? How do I block him? Switch to Coke. Yeah, swimming in Eve. Oh, God. I'll tell you what, if you went swimming in Coke, right? You jump in, you swim to the end of the pool, and when you get out, your swimming trunks will have disintegrated. Oh yeah, Jason, I forgot your tongue. I don't know what to say about that, really. Your tongue. I don't. Obviously, you're reacting to it, but. Yeah, Jason, like I said, diet drinks, right? It's like rubbing your tongue on the road. To be honest, though, that is true. That is true. I think any carbonated drink is. They wear away the enamel, or whatever you call it. I think it's the enamel. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Right, lime solo. I'm not a fan of drinks. Do you know what? I used to hate it if you ever went to a pub or a restaurant and you forgot to say don't put the lemon or the lime in. I used to hate that. No, I'm not blocking you really, Jason. But I used to hate that. So you go to a restaurant or a pub or somewhere, you ask for a drink, you get it back, and there's lime or lemon in there, and you sort of think, what made you? I never fully even get it why people do that. Can someone explain to me what is the fascination with lemon and lime in your Coke or your Pepsi? I just don't get it. You know, why? The drink is bad enough already. Because when you buy it from a pub or a restaurant, if they haven't opened it, if it's not from a can or a bottle, and it's from their, their dispenser, right? It's come from a soda box mixed with carbonated water. It's never perfect. It's always either too watery or whatever, too strong, right? It's never perfect. And then they go and put a lemon or a lime in there. So you're like going, this drink tastes like crap already. And now you've gone and dropped in lemon or lime. What, was there a bug in there you were trying to kill with the lemon and lime? If anyone gets it, please explain. Yeah, it did, Mark. To be honest though, you had to leave it in overnight, and I did like, you ever got like tropical orange juice? Right, really strong tropical orange juice. You pop in there, you will get close to the same effect. So everyone focuses on the Coke side of it, but you get it with a tropical drink as well overnight. Yeah, I used to work in the cinema when I was about 17, and when I saw the back end, and that's when I really understood the post mix and all that. It used to I was like, oh my god, no wonder these drinks don't taste great, because dispenser drinks never taste great, do they? You know, they either taste too acidic, too watery, or the solution is too strong because it's not mixed properly. It's never good, is it? But you drink it because you want to drink, so you just keep refilling, and it's never nice. Absolutely. The cost for those boxes and those mixers was so, like, unbelievably cheap. But boy, did it taste rubbish. Right, I need to do this artwork. I forgot to do the artwork for this design. Ah, got you, Peter, yeah. I'm always inquisitive. Like, sometimes I've been to a with my my in-laws, my wife and my in-laws, we went to this like Indian restaurant once, right? And it must be, it's gotta be a good 12, 14 years ago, right? Went to a restaurant. Hey Atlantis, how you doing? We went to a restaurant and I ordered, at that time I was drinking normal Coke, and I ordered a Coke. And it was £1.50, right, for the Coke. Right? £1.50 for the Coke. They came to the table with a can of Coke. Bear in mind, at that time, can of Cokes were about 50p if you went to a shop. £1.50, can of Coke. It even said multi-pack on it. Not to be sold, not to be sold as part of a, because it's part of the multi-pack. You can't sell it separately, so it's a multi-pack can. They had a glass with 5 ice cubes in it, and they poured it in, and I quickly took a sip. That can must have been bloody Luke hot warm, because it took like 10 minutes before the ice made that drink cold. So I paid £1.50 for a can of Coke from a multi-pack that hadn't even come from the fridge. I did not enjoy my meal that night, I can tell you now. Because a bad drink can ruin your meal. Do you agree? If you've ordered wine or champagne or Baileys or Guinness or whatever, vodka, when you have a bad drink, it ruins the meal. And because I was with my in-laws, and my father-in-law liked this restaurant, I was like, flipping heck, are you kidding me? And they didn't mind. They were like, oh yeah, this is good, yeah. And I thought, I ain't coming here again. In fact, I'm not going. I haven't actually been to another restaurant with them since that time. So you can see the impact it made on me. Hot can of Coke, £1.50. What's this all about? You know, the cheek. Exactly, Peter. You're exactly right. If you have a bad meal and, like, say the rice is too spicy, or the steak you get is too hard, or the chicken is too chewy, or whatever, something like that, yeah. A good drink can help you out. Yeah, so the issues I have found at the minute with Flex are the video not working very well, and the what's the other one? There's another one. I've forgotten what it is now. Damn it, I've forgotten what it is now. What's your issue, Bo? No bad drink. Yeah, so there's still a few bugs, I think, with the Flex. I mean, the weird one about the Flex, the order as well, when you order items, there's a bit of a bug there as well. Yeah, you see, I found something as well with that. It's a bit weird how the container within containers, there seems to be these little things that are just kind of throwing it a bit, right? I agree with you, custom doesn't always work. And it's a little bit annoying when you're trying to work out what the problem is. Totally agree with you on that. Doesn't always work. So 3.6.2 sorted out some things, but it's kind of added in a further few problems as well. I am as well. I just think that if they can iron out so many of these issues, the amount of flexibility I think you get is so good. But I really, they do need to, like, I think they need to improve on the testing aspect a bit more. Oh, I haven't tested that one out yet, Mark, so you can go set the page you go to when you exit. Not tested that one yet. Ah, right. Got you. Oh, man. What is that? Have you had the 2-hour meeting, Atlantis? Are you going to change your name to Sicily? No, Atlantis is your company name, isn't it? I forgot. Atlantis is your company name. I forgot. Silly me. So have you had your meeting? Reverse columns. Sorry if you can hear the keyboard when I'm rattling like that. But I don't even know if you can hear it. Maybe not, maybe yes. Yeah, you need a drink. I am starving actually at the moment. I am really hungry at the moment. So back to the house. I need to finish off work in the garden, and then I've got to sort out the house. Now, one of the things the interior designer did say was moving the TV from one wall to another. And I love the idea. The trouble is, that wall's got a radiator. There's no electric power point on that wall, and I'm starting to go the hassle of getting plug points installed there, then getting a radiator cover, then getting the TV hung on the wall. And this is all just for my son. I'm a bit like, is it? I don't know. I like the idea, but it's a lot of hassle. A lot of hassle. And it's not that I don't mind being creative and doing things. It's just a lot of hassle. And sometimes I kind of go, do I really want to do it? I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. And I've also got to weigh up as well. How much time do I spend on the garden, interior design stuff? Yeah, I love that one, Mark. Mirror on the wall and get used to it. That is... That's hilarious, that is. Just look at their reflection of it. You know, interior design, then your web design work, videos, all the other things going on. You have to kind of start to factor in. So if I spent a day doing that, I lose a day here. What's more important, you know? So I'm always kind of juggling. What am I doing? When am I doing it? Kind of thing. I know what you mean. It's yeah, I mean, the trouble is though, the best time for me to do some of this work is in the evenings. But then my son is home. And when my son is home, I get half done what I want to get done because he gets in the way. Or he takes over. Or when I explained to him, this is what I'm thinking of doing, he was like, no, don't do that. Put the table here. Put the sofa here. Put the TV here. Put this then. I'm like, what? What do you mean? You're making it worse. No. Put the sofa here. And I'm like, oh my God. So he'll come in and try and take over. I mean, he's going to be 7. You know, it's not like I can't say, stop. This is what we're doing. I can do that, but I'll have this annoying little... When you have that, it affects your productivity big time. Or when you're trying to paint a wall and he wants to help. You say, no. And he goes, no, he wants to help. So you get him to help. And then you're correcting where he's put a splodge of paint. Or he's done it too thinly. Or he's dropped some on the floor. Or he's got it on his shoe. And you're like, come back. You've got it on your shoe. So productivity goes whoop, like that whenever he gets involved. When I did some laminate wood in the entrance hall, I worked out it should only take me about 4 or 5 hours. It took a day and a half because he kept hanging around and wanted to help. And it's like, oh my God, this is... Or he'd sit, and then when he sits, he moves a bit of the wood. And I'm like, you've just dislodged a section. I've got to go back and do it again. Yeah, hey Stacey, how you doing? Yeah. Juggling work, juggling life, fun, family, work can be tricky. And when you're self-employed, web design agency, freelancing, where every second counts, it can be difficult, right? Or you can just say, no, my family time is important, I don't care. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to kind of like juggle. Right, Jada, the Elementor Pro update has a slight pattern. They release a major update after 2 months and then fix bugs for a month and all over again. Yeah, Jada, that does tend to happen. That does tend to happen. And I know it irritates a lot of people, and because sometimes some of the issues aren't actually down to anyone's individual website. You could argue that someone has an issue because they've used another plugin, or they've done something really dynamic, CSS coding, whatever, right? It's actually nothing to do with that. It's to do with the fact that, like, right now, Elementor 3.6.2, in a container, drop a video widget, then go to the mobile, it will cut off 3/4 of the video are cut off. The hyperlink feature for your container, turn your container into a hyperlink so you can click it and test it. Only works on the parent container, doesn't work on the container within. So it's a bit of a weird one. It doesn't work. Or if it is working, it's only going to work if you add like loads of padding, but that defeats the object of why I made it a clickable container. I want it to be a clickable container. You know? So if you add text into the container and you hover over the text, it's no longer a clickable container. But surely if the container is clickable, I don't care what I put in that container, the entire container should be clickable. That's a bit of a bug then, isn't it? It's not working how my brain interprets it to work. I'm only going to be live for 20 more minutes, by the way, everyone, okay? Because I've got some other stuff I want to get on with as well. I hope you're enjoying this so far. Well, it's a weird one, right? If you make your parent container clickable, it works. But the minute you add a container into there, that container parent one is only clickable outside of the container within. If you make that container clickable, it is clickable. But if you add in text, a header, a button, anything else, an image, that container is no longer clickable. And you go, whoa. What's going on here? It is a hierarchy thing, and it's something they're going to have to work around, because obviously your items that you add into the container have been added afterwards, therefore indexing whatever will mess around. However, if you make the container clickable, I should be able to add in an image, some text, some icons, and it doesn't matter where you click, it will now click and go to where I set it. Bing! But it doesn't. And I got really annoyed with it this morning. I was like banging my desk going, what the heck? Because I was midway through recording a video on it. And I was like, I cannot finish my video. I am not happy. I was not happy. That's all. It made me... I didn't cry, but I wanted to cry. So, unfortunately, when there's been a fix for the carousels, the clickable is now not working correctly, and the video is also not working properly. Well, here's the thing, Mark. Yeah, here's the thing. If you've got a container, right, and you've got a header, and then you've got some text, and then you've got some icons, maybe, whatever, right? If there is like a 30 pixel spacing between them, when you hover the click doesn't work. Yeah, that's a good idea, Jada, what you're saying there. SVG as well. So I've got to play around this container because I'm just a little bit... I'm not saying I'm annoyed, completely annoyed. Yeah, I know what you meant when you said AVG. I know you weren't talking about the antivirus software. I knew that. Oh, someone is crossing the road. Why are they crossing the road? Where are they going? Right, just got to respond to some emails. Oh dear. Yeah, take care, Jardan. Good to have you here. No, I'm not on the dev version. I'm not on the dev version, Carapos. So if you have an empty container, it's fine. The minute you add stuff into it, like if you add in a text editor or an image or whatever, so if you do a container within a container and make the child container clickable, and then into that container add some items, it's not fully clickable unless you're getting it. Someone emailed me and they said they basically get a server error and they're going, how do I fix this with Elementor? And it's like, it's your server. It's nothing to do with me, it's your server. But then they come back going, do you think this is a better server? I don't know, I haven't heard of any of them. Go and do your own research. Right, so let me show you then, okay? Let me show you. Right, okay, so let's do this from scratch. Should we do it from scratch? Okay, right. We are going to create a container. We'll create a container with a container, right? This container, the parent container, okay, I'm going to make this have a minimum height, so it's got a height there. Can you see here where it says HTML tag? You click that and you click A. And I'm just going to pick up this URL and we'll stick it in. So over here, HTML tag, you pick A. And then I pick the link. When I hit update, when I now go to preview, look, can you see the link? Look at my, look, you can look, there's no finger, and then we get the finger, right? So now I go back over here. Now this container, right, I'm also going to go over here and do an A, and I'm also going to give this a link, and I'm going to click update. In fact, we'll give this a background color so we know where it is, okay? So we'll give this a background color of a dark gray like that. Let's update that. Let's now go back over to this page and preview it. Oh, nothing is showing, by the way. Oh, let me just make this container have a minimum height as well. Sorry, layout. Let me just give it a minimum height. There we go, something like that. So now when we preview the page, that's weird. Why has it gone down there? Why is that gone down there? What the heck is going on here? Why's that gone there? It shoved it all the way down. Let me just check the settings on here. 50%. Ah, hold on. I know why. There we go. Yep, sorry, it's my fault. So we go back over here, right? So here's one bug. It's now making it... Don't use the preview view with the right URL. Is that what... Is that... So if I stick that icon in now... Oh, hold on, it's working now. Now all of a sudden it's working. What's that all about then? Why was it not working before? I stand corrected, it is working. It was not working before. I swear it was not working before. It is now working. Look at that. So now that is working. So the container issue is working, but I still have a bit of a problem with how if I go over here, right, to this container here, and we have this set as rows, let's just center it, right? We'll add in a bit of gap there. If I go to this container layout and I make this be, say, 30%, and I make this container be 30% as well, right? And I go to update, and I go here. Look, let me show you. Let me make this container be a style. Let's just make it be, I don't know, orange, right? Let's just drop an icon in there as well. Okay. So we are now viewing this as a desktop, not a mobile. Okay. Look. Look at that. Look what it's doing. So something is causing a bit of a problem there because it's set as a row, you see, not a column. Look, if it's like that, okay, I get it. But at the moment, this should be a row, and it's doing that. I'm not asking, I haven't wrapped it at all. Space between. Let's go with space around. Let's try that. Look, it's not doing it. Oh, right. Yeah, well, you see, look, I've already done this in private. Look, so that's incognito. That's incognito. Right? So it's basically wrapping it. So that's happened after 3.6.2. So after 3.6.2, there's a bit of a problem's occurred here with 2 columns. So, columns. Container within container. I am going to shoot off in 2 minutes. No, the Elementor debugger's not on. What, you think it's that? You think it's the debugger? Oh no, it is on. Ooh. Was it that? No, leave that. I am going off in 2 minutes, though. I forgot what I was doing now. I was doing something, wasn't I? What was I doing? What was I doing? Yeah, it's weird. So, Carapos, when you... see you later, Peter. So, Carapos, when you add 2 containers side by side, inside, basically, two children containers, are yours showing up side by side? Are you getting side by side? Are you still seeing them side by side? Well, that is a weird one, hey? That is a weird one. In fact, I'm just going to go back into that page and just see maybe... Because that is actually a fresh section container as well, brand new from scratch. So your containers are side by side. So I wonder why I'm getting that problem then. Maybe if I make this be a boxed width, that should still work. That should still work. Hold on. Right. Should I tell you what the problem is? Look at this carapace. Look at this. Right. So I've got this. Right. Look at this. Right. This is working. It is working. Right. But watch what happens. Watch what stops it working. If I make this container have a link, because it's going to go elsewhere, a hyperlink, and I update, now it doesn't work. Do you see that? It's the A link. Do you see that? So if you go over here and you remove this, so take it off and just leave it as default and update, now it goes back. Can you see that? It was the A bloody link. How weird is that? Isn't that? Who thinks that's weird? So by you turning this container into the A link because you want to have it link elsewhere, the entire container, look, this happens. Even though it looks like this. You take off the A link, right? And we go back to that preview page and it now looks how it should. Well, let's have a look then. Let's go for, should we go for a div? Update. It's fine on div. What about nav? It's fine on nav as well. It's literally the A. Yeah, that's what you'd have to do in a way. That's what you'd have to do. You'd have to add the link into something else, basically. So you do it here. Well, let's do it. Let's just leave this one as a default. And let's go into this link. That one is an A. And this one is a as well. We'll add the link in. Budding, like that. Update that. If we now go here, so there'll be no link here because I've got some widget spacing. But the link is there and the link is there. Good point, George. Good point. Primitive. Yeah. Well, there you go then. We've learned something different there. We've learned something different. Kind of good to know though, isn't it, I suppose? Right, I am going to shoot off now. I have to shoot off because I've got tons of messages coming in. Direct messages, and I've really got to give my attention to these now. It's been fun as always, alright? And I think it's good that we kind of, we had a bit of a play. We've had a bit of a play with the stuff here today. But anyway, look, I've got to go now. I've really got to crack on with some stuff. I will see you all tomorrow, I think. Take care, everyone. It's always good fun. Take care. See you later. Bye. Take care, you all.